I'll handle all radio communication on this flight. Hold short of Fiume Tower, orbit 221, ready to go, holding short 16 right.
Orbit 221, cleared for takeoff. Maintain runway heading, climb and maintain 4,000.
Cleared for takeoff, orbit 221. Okay, we're cleared for takeoff. Turn on the landing lights and then turn left onto the runway and let's head to Naples. After takeoff, maintain runway heading, climb to maintain 4,000.
Hey guys, what's going on? J-Money1095 bringing you another FSX video. Today we're doing the mission Rome-Naples airline run. In this mission you take a Airbus A321 from Rome to Naples. And right now we're just taking off. So we're just gonna advance the throttles a little bit. I might not be getting as good at frames in this video because I'm also saving another video right now, which
V1
will impact the
rotate
a little bit.
V2 positive rate, gear up. Set flaps 0.
Orbit 221, contact Rome departure on 129.0. Have a nice flight.
Orbit 221, switching to departure, thanks.
So I'm just going to
Rome departure, orbit 221 with you, climbing to 4,000.
Orbit 221, Rome departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 6,000. Proceed direct, Práctica di Mare.
Let's run through the after takeoff checklist. Landing gear, up. Up to 6,000, direct to Práctica di Mare, orbit 221. Flaps, set to 0. Alright, Captain, climb to 6,000 and fly direct to the Práctica di Mare NDB. After takeoff checklist complete.
So we're just finishing our climb here. We're just climbing to 6,000, and now we gotta fly direct to the Práctica di Mare MBB, which is this one right here. So, like I said in the last video, you can't turn. When you just turn your autopilot on, you have to click the heading bug on/off. So. Don't know.
Have a look out to the left. There's Rome.
I don't know. I'm not a very big fan of Airbus because they have the flight computers and stuff. Okay, like he said, have a look to your left. There's Rome right out there. That flat place there. As you get closer, will become more mountainous, you know.
Orbit 221, contact Rome Center on 124.8.
Orbit 221, switching to Rome Center, thanks. Rome Center, orbit 221 with you, climbing to 6,000.
Orbit 221, climb and maintain 1,000.
Up to 1,000, orbit 221. Okay, we're clear to climb to 11,000 feet.
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be using the autopilot more than just a stick. Right now, we just got orders to climb to 11,000 feet, so we're just going to adjust this here. If you click outside, it'll switch by whether or not you go by 100s or 1,000 feet. So make sure you have that set to 100s if you are having trouble getting to 1,000. So right now we're turning towards the Práctica di Mare NDB, which is right here, and then we're going to continue along this leg. I currently have it set to the GPS setting here, which is going to fly the route for us. You can also listen and follow the guy's orders and use heading bug, which you can see move around right down here along this. Right now it's set over here at 149 degrees. So
we're crossing over the Práctica di Mare NDB. Turn to a heading of 092 degrees and fly to the Frosinone VOR.
So he said now turn to 092 degrees, which is is this way a little more. So, but the autopilot's going to do that for us with the GPS, because we have it set to GPS. If you're going to do that, make sure you have it set to GPS here, and GPS is illuminated, because if you have it set to nav, that means it's going to go off of your radio, which is going to be your active nav 1 radio here, which is 115.6. I'm assuming that's going to be the ILS approach for what is the place? We're flying to Naples. So just make sure you have that set properly. As you can see, if I click this, the airplane will suddenly turn one direction. It's going to turn left, it looks like. But we don't want to go left, we want to keep going right. It might not even pick anything up, so then it'll just go straight. So then these buttons here change what you see on this. These knobs change the design. So
1,000 to go. Turn the landing lights and the seatbelt sign off. Level off at 11,000 feet and set cruise thrust. Don't exceed 340 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, indicating that it is safe to move about the cabin. For your own safety, though, we request that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you're in your seat during this short flight. We'll start our in-flight beverage service shortly.
So we don't want to exceed 340 knots. That's the overspeed for the aircraft, but we do want to go as fast as we can. Usually, I don't know, it depends, your choice. If you wanted to, you could fly the whole flight slow. So after landing checklist, we want to make sure the flaps are set to 0, which they are. The slats are the front. This is on the front of the wing. The flaps on the back of the wing.
Landmark 63, contact
That's
ground
different
center on
aircraft. So
128.8.
gear is
Landmark
up,
63, switching.
which it
Thanks.
is. If it's down, these 3 lights will be green. If it's up, they'll be off like they are. So then other than that, now we just basically can sit back and relax for the rest of the flight. The other way you can fly this flight is with a stick. Then you'll want to use your trim. You'll want to have an easy way to adjust your trim, probably on your joystick or yoke or throttle quadrant, whatever you have to fly, because then otherwise you don't want to have to be constantly pulling and putting a lot of pressure on the stick or yoke or throttle quadrant or whatever you have. I guess you wouldn't put a lot of pressure on the throttle quadrant, but anyways, you want easy access to your trim. So yeah, you can make sure you have all your switches on, all that. I guess right now, while I have this time, I'll teach you a little bit about the ILS. Like I told you in the last video, I wasn't going to talk about the ILS system and how to use it then. I was going to do it in a later video, so that I guess this is a perfect time to do it while we have a good 30-minute flight. But anyways, on your radios, you have, this is in the Airbus A321, you have just these two, your standby and your active, and then you select which one you're viewing with this, and you select your active ones down here. So we want to look at the nav 1. I'm not certain, but if Naples has an ILS approach, I'm sure they already have it preset for the FSX mission. But what you'll want to do is you push Alt, or either get this before the flight or later, and you go to World Map and then look at it there. So then you would enter it in here using your knob. You would set it here, and then you push this switch to get that in your... Okay. Okay, so sorry, stopped recording there for a second. Anyways, so yeah, I have this on my system sounds. I have the normal sounds replaced with the cockpit warning noises. So for when the video stops recording, it makes this noise right here. So I'm wondering why my autopilot turned off, and then I just realized that it stopped recording. But anyways, like I was saying, so you get your active thing set in there to the nav, and then once you get close to the airport, these green, well, they're not there anymore. That's a Fresnoni VOR. But you'll see on, well, here.
We're crossing over the Fresnoni VOR. Turn to a heading of 123 degrees and fly to the Teano VOR.
Rome Center, World Travel 116 with you. Climb back to 3000 to maintain 6000.
World Travel 116, Rome Centre, good afternoon. Climb and maintain 1000.
Up to 1000 now.
I was wondering
World
why I
Travel
wasn't
116.
turning there, and I realized that I must have accidentally turned off the localizer button, which is the nav hold. So anyways, now that I turned that back on, it's gonna follow the GPS course like it should. But so anyways, once you have that set into your active nav1 channel, you can push this to, now you'll get Morse code. That's not the correct Morse code. Do not turn it on, otherwise it'll go somewhere else. Once you get close, you have to get below the glide slope, and then you just push the approach button and make sure you have this set to nav. Turn that to nav and then push approach. Get your speeds to, and all that stuff set, and then once you intercept the glide slope, it will automatically start descending.
Go ahead.
Any chance we can get a shortcut to Reggio
And
Calabria?
then you'll be good. Now, this autopilot won't automatically flare for you when you land. You have to disengage the autopilot just before you touch the runway and do your flare
Direct to
and then
Reggio, thanks.
apply
Yonder
brakes.
562.
Now, I'm not sure how to pull up the auto brakes on this. Parking brake, speed brake, flaps. I don't know where the auto brakes are. Landing gear position lights.
Emerald Air 329, descend and maintain 10,000.
Descending to 10,000. Emerald Air 329.
Emerald Air 329, contact Naples Approach now on 124.35.
124.35 for Emerald Air 329. We'll see you.
Yes, so basically that's all you gotta do. I guess I will do the ILS approach to demonstrate for you guys. Usually if you're doing an IFR flight like this, well, I guess it's a VFR, but they're giving you vectors, so if you're doing that, then you can then you can just they usually will vector you in to intercept the glide slope, anyway, is what I'm trying to say. So until we get to Naples, it's pretty simple. Just do a couple of turns, and
Buddy joined your channel.
yeah. So I'm gonna stop recording, and we'll resume once we get closer to Naples.
Down to 7,000, orbit 221. You catch that, Captain? Descend to 7,000 feet.
Oh, I suppose it'd help if I had that on. Yes, so as you just heard, we were just been given orders to descend to 7,000.
Now that we're descending below 10,000 feet, turn the landing lights and the seatbelt sign on and reduce your speed to 250 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now commencing our descent into Naples. We hope you've enjoyed this short flight. Hope you'll join us again. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. In preparation for landing, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in the upright and fully locked position. We'll be making a final pass through the cabin to pick up any service items, and we'll be on the ground shortly.
Orbit 221, turn right, heading 210. Reduce speed to 180 knots.
Right to 210, slowing to 180, orbit 221. Start a right turn now to a heading of 210 degrees. Reduce thrust and bring our speed back to 180 knots. Set flaps 1.
Okay, we're gonna have to use some spoilers here because we are going a little bit fast. So that'll help us slow down. And then I just gotta see what the speeds are for the flap settings, which are 235, 215, 190. So we're still going a little fast to extend the flaps.
Orbit 221, turn right, heading 240. Descend and maintain 3,000. Report the runway in sight.
Right to 240, down to 3,000, orbit 221. We're almost there, Captain. Turn right to 240 degrees and descend to 3,000 feet.
So now I'm just gonna switch to the heading bug rather than the auto pilot. And when you click heading, it automatically will turn off your GPS because it's a one or the other thing. And then also for the nav 1 setting, I did look it up, and it's the frequency is 109.5, so I set that into the nav 2. I guess I could do that on here too. I don't know. I don't know if it's necessary to do. I don't know which one it's drawn from. I'm just gonna be safe and put it on there too. Okay, so then we are slowed down a little bit. Extend the flaps 1. Now we have a warning because the auto throttle has put this thrust all the way down, and the gear is not down. So till get that back up. But as we lower the flaps, the more thrust will be required. We can put down the speed brakes. Oops, he's not up, down. And I'm just going to lower the gear now so that shuts the alarm up. There we go. So now we're just continuing our descent down to 3,000, speed 180, heading 240, and we're descending at 1,800 feet per minute. We can turn on the nav 1 button, and when we hear the Morse code, that means we are in range of the ILS, which is that noise there. Now you can verify it. I'm not going to because I'm just going to assume that it's the right one. You can see the green light, the green arrow there, just at the top of the GPS
We have the runway in sight, orbit 221.
Orbit 221, cleared for the visual approach. Runway 24.
Cleared for the visual, orbit 221. That's the airport about 8 miles ahead, just northeast of the city. Continue descending to the runway and maintain 180 knots. The airport is about 300 feet above sea level.
So, I can see the red lights. They're still red. We're going to turn the approach on, nav, set that to nav. And oops, daisies.
Orbit 221, contact Naples Tower now on 118.5.
Orbit 221, roger. Naples Tower, orbit 221 on the visual approach for runway 24.
Orbit 221, Naples Tower, wind calm, runway 24, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, orbit 221. Okay, we're cleared to land. Lower the landing gear, slowly add full flaps, and reduce your speed to 140 knots for the approach.
Okay, so it looks like we didn't catch the glide slope there. We have to descend a little bit more. So we're going to go like this. And descend slow to 140 knots. And we're going to add full flaps. I'm just going to extend the spoilers a little bit. Flaps have been extended to full, which is okay because we are below 190 knots. We're going to arm the spoilers. Which they're now armed. Now we just have to...
Let's run through the before landing checklist. Landing gear, down. Flaps, set to full. Landing checklist complete.
So here you can see this green dot here. That is the glide slope. And as that falls down into the middle of the screen, the plane should automatically start to descend. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, yeah, there it goes. So now we're just gonna...
Sink rate. Sink rate.
We are 500 feet above, 600 feet above the ground now, and it's gonna kind of bounce around here a little bit. And what you have to make sure you do, you have to make sure you turn the auto throttle off separately because it won't do it on its own. Don't sink. I don't know if I really trust it that much. So then, anyways, I think 140 knots is a little fast. So then you can see spoilers deployed by themselves.
Orbit 221, welcome to Naples. Continue rollout, turn left to taxiway Bravo.
Ground on point 9er, orbit 221. Keep taxiing toward the end of the runway. Bravo is the second taxiway from the end.
Okay, so that's basically all you have to do to complete the Rome-Naples airline run. So, I mean, yeah, that's also how you do the ILS. Wasn't the best ILS.
Take a left here on taxiway Bravo.
We didn't intercept the ILS glide slope soon enough because we weren't low enough. Usually when you intercept it, you want to be lower than that. So that way you're not trying, the aircraft isn't trying to find the glide slope the whole way down the glide slope. It won't.
Stop here. Set flap 0, check spoilers down.
21.
Naples ground, orbit 2.
terminal.
To the terminal, orbit 221. Taxi straight ahead. We park at gate A3. That's just to the right of that other A321.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Naples. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate and the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. It's been our pleasure to serve you, and we hope you'll choose to fly with us again soon. Have a great day here in Naples or wherever your final destination may be.
So, I hope that was helpful to you. If it was, feel free to drop a like. If you have any questions, leave a comment. And if you are looking for more help on...
Set the parking brake, turn off the fasten seatbelt sign, and shut her down. Nice flying, Captain.
If you're looking for more help on FSX missions or any of that, feel free to subscribe. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Good day, bye.